Yo, how's it going, guys? Littlemanstocks here, and in today's video, I want to discuss the current state of Destiny 2 PvP. Now, I want to preface that the gameplay is a little bit garbage, maybe, I don't know. I kind of scrambled it up at the last second, and so it might be a little bit not polished, but hopefully you can look past that, and if not, just listen, you don't have to watch. So, anyways, that's that. I want to talk about PvP. What's going on with PvP in Destiny 2 right now? How's it looking? What are some of the problems? What are, some of the solutions? What needs to be implemented? All that stuff. So, I kind of want to start off with Bungie. So, basically, what I've gathered personally, and again, this is just my opinion, you're free to disagree, but I feel like Bungie is really out of touch with PvP right now. And I don't know exactly why, whether that be the design leads on the team, or they're just really not listening to the community, or they just really don't get what the community is asking of them. It just seems like there's a disconnect with Bungie and this whole PvP aspect of Destiny. And again, I don't know why, but it just feels off. And it's really frustrating because, anymore, I hop into PvP for like 3, 4, 5 games, and I'm already done. It's just not fun to me. It's not the PvP that I fell in love with. And so it's really aggravating because I've always loved the PvP in this game, but for a long while now, I can't keep playing it. It's really difficult to stay in and keep going. So, yeah, I don't know what it is, but Bungie's they have not nailed it in a very long time. And I'm hoping they can, but who knows. So anyways, moving into some more specific stuffs. What's going on with PvP? Well, I think there's a lot of things missing right now. And I'll kind of go over those. So basically, one of the main things for me, in my opinion, is maps. For a long time, until I think this season, Bungie had not added a new map to Destiny 2 PvP in over 600 and something days. Like, over almost 2 years, I think it was. That's ridiculous. To not add a new map in almost, I think it was over 2 years. That's just mind-boggling. Like, what is going on there, And this is a pain point that has been expressed many times already, so I'm not going to harp on it. But basically, my point is that new maps need to be implemented into the game always. It's a very important aspect. I've heard it this way, that when a new map is added, everybody rushes to try to figure it out. They try to find the lanes, find the choke points. They try to learn how to play it. And I thought about that. I was like, that's a really great point, because I'd never really realized how important and key a new map is to freshening up the PvP experience until we got the latest map, which is the new Throne World map. And then once I played that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. It's really cool to learn how to play the map and how to use choke points and all that jazz, and it just really opened my mind, I guess, to how crucial new maps are, because without them, it just gets stale. You're playing the same stuff all the time, and there's no real, basically, if you're not implementing maps, you're cutting off this really detailed aspect of, I guess, growing as a player and learning to adapt and change to your surroundings, and that's a really fun thing to do and learn how to do. And so not having that for so long has been a real huge pain point for Destiny 2 PvP. Moving on, game modes. It's kind of straightforward. Without game modes, there's no PvP. And while we do have game modes, we've been playing these ones for years now. And they're kind of getting old. They've been old for a while now. And it's really frustrating because when we're not getting these new game modes, it's like we're playing the same thing over and over, and it's not fun. And I don't even want to get into game mode rotations in PvP because they're awful and they need to be changed. I am sick of control. Please, Bungie. Please. We've gotten some variations of modes. We've gotten some countdown and other weird stuff, but to be honest, they're not really that different. They're just kind of reskinned game modes that we've had for a long time with a few different rules and a few different things, and it's honestly not that great in my opinion. We really need to see new game modes that really push very different objectives from other stuff that we already have, to really freshen up the experience. Best example I can think of is how they reintroduced Rift, and I know we've had Rift, but with the changes they made to it, and just the fact that Rift plays so much different from all the other game modes in the game, it was so fun to hop in and play it, because it encourages heavy team play, which is not honestly something that is really a crucial aspect in any of the current game modes we have besides maybe Trials. Destiny is kind of a game where you can just solo frag and do alright, and you don't have to worry about playing with your team too much. But with Rift, you can't do that. You gotta play together, you gotta buckle down and fight smart, and that's what I love about it. And that's what I love about new game modes. They encourage new and unique play styles, and they freshen up the gameplay experience in different ways, and I think that's so important in the fact that we haven't been really getting many new game modes at all within the past so long now. It's really a downfall of PvP, and I think that's a huge thing that needs to change in the future. And then moving on to the last point, sandbox. So this is kind of going to be a different take, and maybe a lot of people don't agree with this, maybe some do, but I don't think that Destiny is a competitive game. It's not a competitive shooter. It's got PvP, but that doesn't mean it's ultra competitive. And to be honest, I don't think it should be ultra competitive, because when it becomes that, it's honestly not very fun. We tried Destiny 2 year one. That was not a good time. It was balanced, but it was not fun. And so I think that this, stigma that Destiny should be competitive is honestly just a lie. I don't think it should, because the funnest moments for me personally are when I get to use these goofy, imbalanced abilities and weapons and stuff to just have fun and do stuff. And I'm not saying have these ultra broken things and whatnot, but I just feel like in a lot of ways the sandbox is overtuned and really overdone, and it just doesn't feel as good, and I'm not trying to be a nostalgic nerd here and oh, it was always better in the past, but it really just, there's something different about it back then. And I think it was that the bridles were just let go, and PvP was allowed to be what it was with what it had, and I think that was the beauty of it. It was just chaotic, but it was so fun. And so I think that Bungie really needs to focus not on making a competitive experience, but rather making a fun and dynamic experience that, honestly, in my opinion, only Destiny has done like Destiny. Just with all the different aspects, the different guns, subclasses, classes, the abilities, all of it just plays into this really fun and unique gameplay experience. And I think that when you try to over-competitize that is a word, when you try to make it too competitive, it loses that magic. And I think that is a huge mistake, and ultimately takes away from the beauty of the game and what PvP really is. So, all that to say, those are just kind of my thoughts, my general thoughts. Sorry, it's kind of a scuffed video, it's unscripted, but I just kind of wanted to spitball all this crap and give my opinions on where we're at with PvP. So hopefully they implement some really important changes and start to make some good sandbox design stuffs. But anyways, all that to say, thank you guys for watching, really appreciate it, and I will talk to you in the next video. Peace.